health care and the power of one. Early this morning, the Senate shutting down debate on health care reform and moving it toward a final vote. Now, remember, it takes 60 members to do that. All 40 Republicans opposed the bill, meaning any of the 58 Democrats and 2 independents, any single lawmaker is a potential veto. And in Washington, that is serious power. So with that in mind, take a look at 3 senators who might have killed the reform package, but didn't. From left to right here, Senators Ben Nelson, Chris Dodd, and Bernie Sanders. Now, in a moment, we'll show you what each of them got to stay on board and just how much it's costing you. But who's that 4th guy, you ask? The one at the end? The right, with the mustache and military uniform? And why is he in the mix? He's actually the man who conned the phrase that probably explains why so many people have such mixed feelings about what's going on all this year with health care. That's German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who said laws are like sausage. It's better not to see them being made. Keeping them honest now on the price you are paying for it. Here's Dana Bash.
When it comes to senators holding out votes for backroom deals, this one is a doozy. One sweetener given only to Ben Nelson's home state of Nebraska. Part of what Nelson got in return for his vote is right here on page 98 of the compromise. The federal government will pay 100% of Nebraska's tab indefinitely for expanding Medicaid for low-income Americans. And when we asked the Democratic leader, he revealed Nelson wasn't the only one getting special deals.
Dan, I would say this. If you read the bill, which I'm sure you will find a number of states are treated differently than other states. That's what legislation is all about. Compromise. It's compromise. We worked on different things to get a number of people's votes.
Like Bernie Sanders. The liberal senator was unhappy Democratic leaders dropped a public option and said this a few days ago.
It is not for sure that I will vote for that bill.
Suddenly, his home state of Vermont got some extra help from Medicaid, too. But to clinch Sanders' vote, Democrats added his pet project, $10 billion for community health centers nationwide.
One new provision that was placed in the health care reform bill by Majority Leader Reid, and I want to thank him very much.
Republicans accuse Democrats of bribery.
Chicago-style backroom buy-offs at the expense of the American taxpayers.
Sweetheart deals which make this thing begin to stink to high heaven.
But Democrats didn't just slip things in to win votes to pass health care. They also showed who's got power. Senators with clout added provisions to help themselves back home. Chris Dodd's support for the bill was never in doubt.
This bill is long overdue and critically important.
But the Connecticut Democrat, facing a tough re-election battle, buried $100 million in the measure for a new hospital. Other states can compete for it, but he put it in hoping Connecticut gets the hospital.
It doesn't involve just my state, although my state is very interested.
And it doesn't stop there. The Democrats' health care bill slaps new taxes on insurance companies, but not for Michigan's Blue Cross Blue Shield, thanks to the state's Democratic senators, Carl Levin and Debbie Stabenow, who got an exemption. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid is unapologetic and even appeared to mock senators who did not cut deals for themselves.
I don't know if there's a senator that doesn't have something in this bill that was important to them. And if they don't have something in it important to them, then it doesn't speak well of them.
Dana, that's quite the statement from Harry Reid. And even if this is the way that laws do always get made or that bills get passed, it's rare that the party giving the concessions actually admits it, which I don't imagine is sitting so well with the folks on the other side of the aisle.
Well, they're enjoying it. In fact, Harry Reid put that right on the political tee for Republicans. All they had to do was swing, Erica, and they are swinging. You know, Republicans at the campaign committee, they are blasting Democrats who didn't get a special favor for their home states, especially Blanche Lincoln. She is somebody who's got a tough re-election battle next year in Arkansas. That is a relatively poor state. So Republicans are already saying, well, wait a minute, why didn't you get anything special for your constituents? But let's be honest and let's be clear here, Erica. As you know, Republicans mastered the art of backroom deal making when they were in charge here. So this is very much bipartisan. Nothing's changed.
A lot of pot and kettle calling one another. It's not just senators, though, who got things in here. Interest groups as well did. The American Medical Association, in fact, finally endorsed the bill today, but they got a little something in exchange as well.
They sure did. You remember that notorious tax, 5% tax on cosmetic surgery? It became known as the Botox. That's gone. Democrats dropped that, and they did it, and they replaced it, I should say, with a 10% tax on tanning services, indoor tanning services. Why did they do that? The American Medical Association, when they endorsed today, they said point blank, one of the reasons is because Democrats jettisoned that 5% tax on cosmetic surgery. The American Medical Association, as you can imagine, they hated that. They thought that was bad for their doctors. Now it's gone, and the Democrats got their endorsement. Let's make a deal is going on all over town, Erica.
And we haven't heard from the tanning parlors yet. Maybe they're next to step in. Dana, thanks.
They're hiring lobbyists as we speak.
Seriously.